All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to our Coach Academy. And tonight we have a very special guest that's going to be doing some training with us. But before we go to that, I better pause these just a second. All right, we're all good. All right, guys. So first thing, before we're gonna do a couple of things tonight. We're just gonna do a recognition, and then we're going to move straight into some training. Now tonight, what we'll be doing, guys, is during the recognition, you're going to be asked to basically share in the chat box for any of the categories that we go over. So if you haven't done that before, guys, or if you're just joining us for the first time, there's a little chat box on your Zoom screen, whether you're on your mobile or on a desktop. You can just press on the chat and you can type in, just make sure you share it to everyone, and then we'll go over and share those as we go through. Okay, guys, so make sure you do that, because, you know, if you don't share, if you're not recognizing your team, your client, whoever it might be, well, then they don't get the recognition, guys. So make sure you do that, please. Tonight we have sharing with us for our actual training, guys. We have a Global Expansion Team 2.5, Stephen Nguyen that'll be sharing. And yeah, really exciting, guys. And he's going to be taking us over the Herbalife House. So make sure, guys, you do have your notebooks and pens ready. We do always record the calls and we upload them to my YouTube. So if you ever need to look for the actual pre-recorded calls, guys, go to Bo Holsworth on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe, because then it looks cool when I have people that subscribe. All right, guys, awesome. So we're going to go straight into it now, guys. I should unmute and let you all say hi to each other as well. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Congratulations to the newlyweds.
Yeah.
Yes, congrats.
Congrats,
Yeah,
Steve, Lynn.
Congratulations.
Woo! About time, Stephen.
Got there sooner than later.
We'll kick it off with some recognition for Stephen and Lynn. Stephen, congratulations for finally tying the knot. Well done. So, Stephen, after how many years did you finally get married?
My philosophy is the same in relationship as it is in Herbalife, bro. So I believe slow and steady wins the race. And I'm only kidding. I've been with my partner, Lynn, for 15 years. And to be honest with you, the reason why I've been with her for so long is because, you know, she's been the backbone to every single part of my success in my life. And I don't know where I'd be without her. So us getting married was just the next chapter of our life. So really lucky I got to celebrate with some of you guys on this call, especially Bo having there was just made it much more spectacular for me. So anyways, thank you. It's not about me tonight. It's about recognizing, obviously, everyone else and their achievements as well. So thank you, Bo.
No, please. Hey, you know, one of the things that we like to talk about is, and it really does become more apparent the longer we're in, is that this becomes more of a family and a community than it does an actual business. So when it comes to recognition, I can honestly say that if somebody gets married, they're going to be in recognition. So well done. All right, so we're going to go into it now, guys. All right, so where's my thing? And I'm just going to get my chat box up and ready as well. All right, guys, so firstly, we're going to go into, and I'm just going to mention tonight really quickly, guys, I'm going to start with, this will be the last time that we run a Wednesday Coach Academy. Now, we're going to, if you don't know this yet, or if you haven't been told by your upline, what's going to be happening is, guys, we're going to be moving and converting the Monday and the Wednesday call into one call, okay? And we can talk more about that later. So, guys, we're going to basically do everything on the Monday night, and we'll have all of that scheduled in, and you guys will see. So instead of the 2 nights a week, guys, it'll only be the 1 night. So, woo, awesome for that as well. All right, guys, so recognition. This, guys, is so important. So, guys, starting in the chat box, I want to recognize a couple of people. We've already got some people writing in, guys, so that's awesome. Well done. We're going to start with results. So, guys, anyone out there who has got some new results, either yourself or perhaps you've got some new client results that you want to share because they're extraordinary, put that in the chat box, guys, and we're going to recognize that first thing. All right, so we've got here one from Nicole. All right, so during recognition, we'd like to say she has a new member in India who has lost 1.3 kilos this week and down 2 visceral points. Well done. And we're gonna recognize everyone for results in each category at the end, guys. So save your claps. We've also got Jade there, who is pretty incredible. Apparently, she says with the donut wall. Oh no, she's just talking about Stephen's wedding. Okay. Yeah, Stephen and Lynn had a donut wall and an ice cream stall as well. So it didn't really help our results this week. So I'm not surprised if we don't have as many results. Okay. Lisa, she has a 4th-line customer in Canada on a 5-day challenge who lost 4.2 pounds, 2 inches off her tummy in 5 days. Awesome, guys. Awesome. And if there's any more results, guys, chuck them in. But for now, guys, what I'd like to do is we're going to unmute and we're going to clap it up for everyone for those results, guys. Well done.
Woo! Woo! Awesome work, everyone. Wow.
Awesome, guys. So we're going to go to the next part. And we've also got one there from Ellen, and she has one of her newest clients lost another 1.8 kilos in her first week. Well done. Well done. All right, guys, if we have any new members, what I'd like to do is recognize any new members as well. So it's so important, guys, if you can write any new members that you have, whether it's an ambassador or a VIP, we'd like to recognize them. So if you want to plug them into the chat box as well. Guys, as a new member, it's so excited getting starting. And, you know, sometimes it can be, you know, a little bit much at the start. So having them plug into the Monday night call or the Wednesday call, guys, or soon to be just the Monday night call, is so, so important. So we have here as well, Jade has Jade started her 90-day plan, and she has Becca as well and her sister on their first program, and Bella's 90-day transformation. Awesome. So let's recognize everyone there as well, guys. Well done, guys.
It's Belle. Belle started her 90-day transformation. That's not me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well done. Awesome, guys. Now, I would like to hear, guys, and we're not going to go into too much. Normally, we share a bit more in the results part and recognition, guys. So we do normally share a bit there. But if there's anyone who has got their first client, all right, guys, if they've got their first client or if they've got some new clients and perhaps you're a new member, I would actually like to hear from you as well as recognize you as well. So, guys, is also anyone had done their MAP program, I'd like MAP, whether it's MAP month 1, 2, or 3. Now, as a MAP qualifier, guys, that means you've gone out and you've inspired at least 5 to 7 customers within a 1-month period, okay, and you've accumulated 500 volume points for that month. So if anyone's done their MAP, 1, 2, 3, or completed MAP, I would love to hear from them and recognize them as well, guys. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the training very shortly as well. All right, so Nicole, she's lost a visceral point as well. Well done, Nicole, as well. And Carly, Jade, you've got somebody there. All right, so Jade, let's hear. I want to hear from Jade as well. You've been sharing some. You've got a lot of clients sharing some results and that, like, getting some really good results in that lately. So Jade, just really quickly, I'm going to unmute you. Can you hear us, Jade?
I can.
So you've been doing it really well with your clients and everything lately, and just recently you started your own 90-day sort of, 90-day program. And
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that, and also what you've been doing and how that's why you've been getting a lot more results lately.
Yeah, so I don't mean to excite everyone, but I'm about 2.5 years in the business and I'm up to day 8 of my first 90-day plan. That was pretty exciting for me. We laugh about that because I'm so inconsistent by it. But by doing consistently, Just from today, I've had 4 inquiries from flyers, which one of them was interesting. Bo was there for that, but the other ones are pretty solid actually. But I've actually been able to have in the start of the 8 days 5 new clients, and I'm actually setting them all up properly. So they're all doing their own 90-day plans. I'm really following up properly. Like one of them actually like kind of helped change her life a little bit. She's a very new celiac, and she's very severely bad to all of those types of things. And when I went to Rod Hanton at the STS, he said celiacs could actually have the shakes. He said he had celiac, so on the shakes. And I messaged her and I was so excited, and she goes, all right, like I'll try it out. And she was able to have it. So that was like pretty incredible. So it's just really that consistency for not only myself with my own eating, but also definitely noticing the difference with the clients and them actually following through with their programs, which is pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
Would you like me to elaborate?
Yeah, well, so I know so Jade's probably done started more 90-day plans than anyone I've ever met. But I think this time she's really committed to completing one. So I'm super excited about that. And I think it's because mostly she's committed to actually doing the daily things that you talked about doing. So Jade, if you can talk about your 90-day plan, what is it that you've got like on a daily thing, like a to-do list basically, or for your 90 days, what is it that you have to do?
On a 90-day plan, it's really easy. It's nothing too hard. It's nothing, because all my plans, I think that's why they failed. Because like, if you guys know Jake and I, we like try and destroy everything as one. So what we've done is we've really simplified it. So we'll either go out there and smash clients and stuff. But what I've done every day is I do 6 locations. So 6 locations, 20 minutes in each. When I say 6 locations, I don't mean you need to drive to different destinations around the Gold Coast, but like hashtags on Instagram, groups on Facebook, flyers, depending. I got up really early this morning, drove up to both, and I did an hour before he was arisen. So like using my time more wisely. It's things like shopping centers, walking around, flyers, whatever you want to do. Having tablets 3 times a day. I'm also trying to get in 1 face-to-face a day. That's a big deal for me. And then just little things from that is personal development each day, and also eating clean and exercising. And then once all that's done, there for new leads, I'll then go back and work with my team and their goals and stuff like that. Like working very closely with some of the guys, especially in Adelaide there, Randy and Randall. Just basically, the reason why it's not so much as invite strong, it's just the fact is that having that done in the morning, I'm then actually able to do what's possible follow up. It's a lot more stable, and it's funny, I'm getting a lot more done without being so busy. Like I was very busy all the time. So I'll update you guys in maybe in the next couple of weeks and see obviously how it's progressed from there.
I'd love,
because I'll be committed.
Absolutely. I think that's a good one. And I think perhaps even on our next call, we can do a 90-day plan, and we can do that together, and perhaps we can all commit to doing a 90-day plan and having something basic we can all follow. That sounds good. Thanks, Jade, for sharing that. And guys, let's clap it up for Jade as well. Give her a clap for that.
Awesome.
So I just looked in the chat, and I'm going to unmute in a second, Lisa, because I see that you got 5 trial packs out since Saturday. I would love to hear, Lisa, if that's okay, if you can share about what you've been doing to get those trial packs out. Is that okay?
No problem.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Bo. Okay, so we were an emergency fill-in for one of our team members ran a dance fit retreat on the Gold Coast. So basically there was a room where a number of stalls were set up, and we were asked to just set up and do whatever we do. They weren't quite sure how we were going to do it based on what another team member did in the last couple of years. But she wanted us to have a little bit of a different approach of really focusing on the wellness profile. So throughout 5 hours of people coming in and out of the dance room, we got 8 wellness evaluations done. 4 people bought a trial pack on the day to start their 5-day challenge. Everybody lives elsewhere, so they've come from all around the place. So we were pretty excited about that. We actually set up a tea and a shake station, so they all had samples there as well. So that was one of the big things, because my goal for everybody is to get a tea and a shake in their body, because they'll feel the difference, and also get their wellness profile done. And it was nothing about selling. It was really just real testimonial. They put down their goals. We said, okay, well, we can help you achieve that based on these past results. So everything is about stories. Mark Hughes says 75% stories, 25% information. Brad and I make a point of a couple of times a week going out, walking and talking, and we go into local businesses, promoting out wellness evaluations. It's called Wellness in the Workplace. We offer, we'll come in and do a free wellness and offer them a power lunch or a power brekkie, or it could be around their staff meeting. And it's really about just promoting more energy, better wellness in the staff, because of course bosses don't want their staff sick all the time or in a bad mood. So we successfully lined up an appointment last week for today. I did an appointment 4:30 this afternoon, lady in a dress shop, and gave her a tea and a shake and a wellness profile, and she walked away with a trial pack. So, and we've got 2 appointments booked next week. So we basically walk and talk this week, book it in for next week. And people do cancel, so we just make sure we've always got a couple appointments booked, and just keep them on the later list, because, you know, if they have too much time to think about it, they talk themselves out of it. So, and then we just follow them up. So that's about it. That's how I got my 5 packs out. My goal is, this is my sheet of my customers this month, and my goal is 7,500 volume points. I want 20 brand new customers. I've had the deadline for the 31st of March. I don't know how many days are in the month. And at least 5 new members. So I've got a long way to go, but I'm very clear about what I want to achieve, and it's just action from here on.
That's awesome. All right, guys, give it a clap up for Lisa. Well done. That's incredible. All right, guys. So well done, everyone. Well done, everyone, on those results as well. We're going to go into our training segment now. So, Stephen, I hope you're ready. Stephen, we're going to be bringing on Stephen now, and Stephen's going to be sharing it now. Stephen, I wasn't sure. I did message you, but I wasn't sure if you know if you had any PowerPoints or anything that you wanted to share. So, Stephen, I'll unmute you. Can you hear me, Stephen?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Yes.
Hey, man, how are you? So do you have perhaps those pictures that we had the other day and talked over, or is there anything you wanted to share?
So I don't have PowerPoints, but if you can hand over the screen, I can share with everyone some diagrams just to give them a visualization of what I'm explaining. So
perfect. You can share screen on your end, Stephen. Just press share screen.
Fantastic. So thank you, Bo, and thank you to everyone who was sharing. That was awesome. A lot of really good tips, especially Lisa and everything like that. So so I'm going to focus and what I'm going to talk about today is I'm really going to talk about how you can duplicate your success. Is that okay with everyone? You know, because I think that your time on this planet could be shorter than you think, and I think the best way that you can contribute and make a huge impact is not to go out there and change the world yourself, but how can you find other people that can help you change the world with you and make a large impact and leverage your time. So first things first, I know for some of you that might be on this call, you don't even know about my story. So I might just quickly share about my background. So been on these amazing products for like 5 years. When I got started, the biggest key that allowed me, that was the linchpin to allow me to really fast track my success, so-called in Herbalife, was me getting amazing results and becoming an ambassador of the product, you know. So within my first 12 weeks, I went from 20% body fat down to like 10% or under 10%. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis before doing this. So I had some health challenges, and a huge disclaimer, it's got nothing to do with Herbalife or anything like that. But I had some limitations, and some people might say, well, like, I've got reasons too, Stephen, or excuses why I can't do it, So, and I was working out very hard before that. I just didn't appreciate the power of nutrition, what Herbalife could do, So when I did that, as a result of getting amazing results, it allowed me the confidence, but I think more important than anything else, maybe the key point is the conviction to go out there and move away from just selling a product to really just sharing my story as part of something that I was so excited about. So, I really think that the first thing that you've got to really be mindful about is your growth in Herbalife, whether it's financial, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is, your journey in Herbalife is going to grow in direct proportion to the results that you get, because it gives you a level of belief. That's really what it is, right? So as a result of doing that, I then obviously started coaching other people because I had belief. And that's really what you're lacking. If you're saying that, why do I not have the guts to do an invitation? It's really, I don't think anyone would deny on this call that it's really about the belief that you have in yourself and your level of personal development, would you say? It's not because you're not a great speaker. Many people don't have a background in sales or being a great speaker or anything like that. They just had more belief in you than anyone else. And that's the reason why they had the guts to speak to more people, So as a result of me solidifying my belief because of my amazing transformation, no one could question my results. That was a fact, right? They could question the product, but they couldn't question my results. And so as a result of doing that, being on the product for 5 years, I then started coaching people. And I've been coaching people now for a little bit over 5 years now at the same time. Sorry, a little bit over four years now. Been active in coaching people part-time. So who on this call here is doing it part-time, by the way? I'm curious. Anyone doing Herbalife part-time? So I do have a full-time job, by the way. My full-time job is I run a seafood, I'm part of a seafood family business, nothing to do with health and nutrition. I don't have a background in health and nutrition. And just by doing Herbalife part-time now, going out there and helping people transform their bodies and looking for large amounts of consumers. And that's really what I believe you get paid for. You get paid for changing people's lives. When people eat the product, that's when you get paid, So, just by doing that, and I've been doing it part-time ever since, and I still have a full-time job, which is, full-time hours, like most of you that are doing that have a job full-time. So there's really no reason why you can't be like me and potentially earn $5,000 to $6,000 a month doing it part-time. And a huge disclaimer, my results are not typical, and individual results do vary just for corporate sake. And so I want to make sure that, that you guys understand that it's possible for you guys, but it's definitely not easy, but it is simple. And a lot of people take this for granted, right? When they get involved in something like this, they think that it's like anything. It's like a miracle pill. When they take it, they're going to lose weight. The same applies in your business, right? So I'm going to share with you guys what allowed me to do what most people would say, Stephen, you have a full-time job, plus you do a part-time. And if I could earn not $5,000 a month, if I could earn an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month, it would change my life. Because who here on this call, and I'm especially talking to the new people, who are on this call, if you can earn an extra $1,000 to $2,000 extra a month, it would have a big impact on you and your family. Raise your hand. If an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 right now would make a huge impact, right? So let me go ahead and share with you guys what's the difference between someone that's been able to do a part-time and earn $1,000 a month to someone that could potentially have a goal of earning $5,000 a month, and my biggest month being $10,000, right? And so I really believe the most important thing is you need to make sure, just like the way that you coach your clients, and some of you are very successful in coaching your clients on this call, and you help people get amazing results, is because you have a structure that you follow, right? Would you agree? You don't wing it. You don't say to Jake or Jade, you don't say, hey, if you're looking to lose 5 kilos or drop 10% body fat or build 5 kilos of, of lean muscle mass, that you just wing it. You don't tell them that. And you tell them to set a goal, and then you tell them to break down their goal. But the most important thing is you allow them to have focus. So the first thing that I would say to you is this, especially if you're brand new or if you're on this call, the first goal that you have in Herbalife, if you want to earn the sort of income that I just shared with you, is your number one laser sharp bullseye focus goal is to learn how to do 2,500 volume points a month. And really 2,500 volume points a month is really just the bare minimum that it's going to take for you to sort of earn the income of $1,000 plus. You know, that can happen for you, right? So that's your first number one goal, right? And I have a saying, right? If you go and you focus on too many things, like if you go and chase 2 rabbits, how many rabbits do you catch? You end up catching none, right? And so most of us do this. When we get involved in Herbalife, we get amazing results, we're excited. And now we're getting involved in coaching people. We have so many ideas and so many things that we're chasing. We're not chasing 2 rabbits, but we're chasing 10. And the more rabbits you chase, the less you're going to catch, right? You run around like a headless chook. Because who sometimes feels like they're doing that? They know that they're meant to do 2,500 volume points. They're doing a bit of this. They've tried this strategy and that. And they end up running around in circles. And then 6 months later, they're still trying to achieve that particular goal. So I'm going to go ahead and break down what I believe, and I'm going to take it back to basic. There's a lot of things that I'm going to share with you guys. You're going to say, I know this, Stephen, already. The only difference is you're not doing it, right? You're not doing it over and over and over again, and you're not focusing on it. Or for some of you, this might be brand new for you guys, right? So I hope if you're on this call, you're not listening passively, because I'm going to share with you some diagram, and I'm going to take them off the screen very quickly to make sure that you actually write them down and you take some notes, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, this is my version of duplication, all right? So I hope you have your pens and paper and you're ready to screenshot it, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it, okay? But I hope that you're listening and you're sitting up straight and you're paying a lot of attention, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is what we call the Herbalife house, right? So what I might do is I actually might just open this bigger so that you guys can see. Or can you guys see that? Is that okay? Everyone can see? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that? So this is really important. The first step is this, is a lot of you think about 2,500 volume points, and the problem that you have is because you're not able to focus and break it down. The problem that you have right now for some of you is, okay, Stephen, I get it. I need to do 2,500 volume points, but how do I eat the elephant, or how do I eat the whale in one bite? Because I can guarantee you, if I ask you and I ask your teammates and I ask all of your friends around you how to do 2,500 volume points, and if every single one of you guys have a different answer, duplication is not going to happen for you. Just like the way that if you teach a client how to eat to get in shape and you don't teach them through following a format like the 5-day challenge, you're going to end up not being able to duplicate your results, right? So here is a formula that I'd suggest that you follow. And I'm going to show you another slide after this to show you how it can be practical for you, right? So I'm just going to explain it very quickly, but this is how we chunk it down. This is what Tony Robbins says. You have a big goal, and it's great to have a big goal. You're not going to achieve your big goal because it's just wishful thinking until you're able to actually chop it up and chunk it down so it's in bite-sized pieces. Just like the way that you can't eat a whale in one bite, you need to chop it up. I'm not saying that we eat whales, but that's just an analogy or a metaphor of what it's like, right? So I'm going to quickly go ahead and explain this, right? So on average, you want to look at this Herbalife house as the roof of the house is really your own personal consumption, okay? This is how you're going to break down your 2,500 VP. So I would say on average, you would put 200 volume points in the roof cavity of the house. This is your personal consumption. And the house is going to have 4 rooms, right? The first room is going to be all of your new customers in this room, okay? And actually, I'm going to take a step backwards. I'm going to encourage you to use this as a worksheet at the beginning of every single month. So your first commitment that you're going to make is you're going to go ahead after this call, or the exercise you're going to do is you're actually going to draw up your Herbalife house as your goal planning worksheet, as your Herbalife goal planning worksheet at the start of every single month, you know. So you might want to use this as a template, actually, as a template of how you're going to set goals every single month. Because sometimes, would you guys agree that sometimes you have a goal or a vision of doing something, but you don't have a formula or a worksheet to follow to set the goal, right? That's very important. So you use this as a template for that. So again, back to what I was saying was the roof of the house is going to be your personal consumption. So how much volume you use at home and how much you're going to use for your own transformation. The first room of the house is your new retail, okay? Which is, we'll just make the roof 200 volume points, 200 to 500 volume points for how much you consume a month, okay? And then one room is going to be how many customers you're going to get. Now, I've written here the example here shows that you really should be striving for at least 5 customers a month, which will be about 500 volume points, all right? The second room, which is a room below that, is your existing customers from last month. So how many customers do you have on a 20-day program above or full program with Herbalife? The third room of the house is going to be your new distributors, but I would really phrase this as new members. But I'm going to explain this in a little bit more detail later on. So just listen and you don't have to draw it out yet, okay? And the last part of the house is going to be your existing distributors. But instead of calling it existing distributors, I really want to call this existing members or active members or coaches, okay? So here is when I want you to get your pens and papers out, because here is the most important part, right? This is really the house that I want you guys to draw. So go ahead and actually copy or take a screenshot of this exact house that I'm actually sharing right now, right? All right, so I'm going to quickly explain this because it's pretty self-explanatory, like I said before, and you really want to number it also based on how many rooms, because it actually follows a particular order. So the top of the house, you want to write, actually that's number 1. That's the first part of the house, which is PV, your personal volume. So how many volume you're consuming a month. And I would write there a minimum of 200 volume, but anywhere to 500 a month, right? So please remember, whatever product you consume, it's going to be the product that you're going to highly promote to your clients, and it's going to be likely the products that your clients are going to use, because they're always going to say, Jessica, I want to get results like you. What products are you using? So if you're only using a tea and aloe, they're only going to buy a tea and aloe, right? There's no way that you're going to be able to promote NRG if you're not using it, because you wouldn't know the benefits of it in order to promote it in a way that would convince them enough for them to want to try it themselves. Room number 2, and it has to follow this particular order, is your new retail clients. As you can see, I've got in bracket 20 DP, which means 20-day programs and above, whatever you want to call it. Room number 3 is your existing retailers. So anyone on a 20-day program existing. Room number 4 is your discounted members or ambassadors. So currently, who do you have that signed up as a customer and purely as a raving fan customer? Room number 5 is your active members. Now, active members, just to clarify, this is anyone that does MAP. And MAP means that they're going to get 5 to 7 customers. And as a result, they're going to accumulate 500 volume points plus per month. Now, the key here is 5 to 7 customers. If they don't have 5 to 7 customers, in my opinion, they haven't done their first month of MAP. I don't care if they've done 500 volume points, right? And the last part of the house is going to be your garage on the side, right? This is your organization volume. So anyone that's got, these are your supervisors and above. And your little chimney that you can see I drew up there is really going to be the total of all of this except number 6, right? So what you want to do is you actually want to, when you get off this call, I actually want you to go and actually fill out this house and fill out each room. And what it's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to focus, right? For some of you on this call that have been doing this for a while, your focus this month might be, I'm going to focus on my existing customers, and I'm going to go and try and, from my existing customers, help them qualify to room number 4. For example, Bo is one of my existing retail customers paying full retail. I'm going to help him qualify as a discounted member or ambassador. And as a result of him qualifying as a discounted member, he's going to have to refer me 2 to 3 customers, for example. So he's going to allow me to fill up my new retail room, right? Which is going to contribute to my success. For some of you that are brand new, you obviously want to start from room number 1, using product, and then you want to focus on to room number 2, which is get existing clients, get enough existing clients so that it flows on to room number 3, and then it goes on to room number 4, and then getting them to room number 5. So your goal is this. Your goal after this call is to draw up your Herbalife house for the month of March, okay? And then you want to fill out the room, and you want to see which room is the most empty. So someone like Jade, who's very experienced and has been doing this for a while and has done 2,500 volume points, 5,000 volume points, 7,000 volume points plus some months, is going to have a different Herbalife house to you, right? And so the purpose of doing this is so that you have a structure to follow. Because if you don't draw out your Herbalife house, the way that I'm going to sum this up for you is like this. Do you guys ever wake up on the weekend? And believe me and my partner, we've been together for 15 years and we have numerous arguments over this, right? You wake up on the weekend and you have a goal to be really productive, and it's your weekend off, it's a Sunday, you want to make it family day, you want to make it date night, whatever it is, and you say, you know what, I'm going to achieve so much, I'm going to do a lot today. That was your intention when you woke up and you got out of bed, and you had no plans. And so you go up to your partner, so I go to my partner, Lynn, what do you want to do today? Let's do something fun, okay? And we have no plans, and she says to me, we'll do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want, whatever you feel like today. And I'm like, no, let's do whatever you feel like. And I don't know if you guys have ever had a day like that where you have no plans, and guess what happens throughout the day? You turn around, you look, and it's like 12 o'clock and you haven't done anything. And you're about to, and then you feel devastated because you've wasted a Sunday and you worked your butt off building your Herbalife business for the last 6 days, and you realize it's 12 o'clock and you've done nothing. And then you turn around and you speak to your partner because you guys have no plan or structure, and you keep saying, do whatever you feel like. It's 4 o'clock and you haven't done anything. This is the way that your Herbalife business will look like if you don't create a plan at the beginning of your month, like a Herbalife house, right? So that's going to be the first downside. So if you're struggling to do 2,500 volume points right now and you've been around for a while, I guarantee it's because you don't have focus and you're not prioritizing. You don't know which room to work on. You know in your head that, yeah, maybe I should follow up my clients, or maybe I should go out there and look for new customers, but you're not sure where the gap is. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're on this call, and be honest with me, raise your hand if you're on this call because I can see you. If you'd like to see more duplication in your business, you'd like to see more of your team members doing 2,500 volume points a month, okay? So the second thing I'm going to say is, I can assure you the reason why, one of the major reasons why I've seen within my own journey in Herbalife, why people don't do 2,500 volume points a month is because I never gave them a structure to follow, or a structure that they feel confident about. And as a result, their response was, Stephen, I'm lacking motivation, I'm lacking the clarity, and that's the reason why I'm not motivated to continue anymore. Really what they're trying to say to you is, there's no structure for me to follow. As a result, I'm going to go and spend my time and focus elsewhere. And because when someone is not clear, they don't have clarity around a process or a way of doing things, guess what? They don't do it, or they don't follow through. Just like the way why there's many people right now, they've tried many different diets and they don't follow through, is because they don't have a clear process to follow, or a process that they can do time and time again and be consistent with it, right? So there's 3 things that I hope you're able to achieve by following this Herbalife house, and you might want to write these 3 things down. And I think these are the 3 biggest challenges that I even battle with, right? And these are the 3 things you want to write down. If you're struggling right now with these 3 things, you want to focus and master and learning how to do the Herbalife house until, right? And the 3 things I'd say is this: if you're struggling and you've always struggled like me in having consistency in not just your business, but in your life, focus, number 2, and number 3, discipline. I'm going to encourage you that you make a commitment this year and you get laser sharp focus on how can I do this Herbalife house every single month until I become world-class at it. And I guarantee you, when you become world-class at doing this, then you can go back and teach it back to someone else. Because if you're struggling, if you don't learn how to do 2,500 volume points a month right now in a systematic way, I promise you, you're not going to be able to teach your team. You can try, but I promise you at some stage, you're going to get stuck in your Herbalife business. And you're not going to be able to duplicate your income or teach someone else how to become successful, because the way that it works in Herbalife is very simple. You help other people become successful and you become successful in achieving your own goals. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I think maybe to wrap up the call, maybe we can open up and do some Q&A very quickly to see if you guys have any questions. But really that is going back to basic, and it's been a big part of my duplication process, if you want to call it. So.
Absolutely. So thank you, Stephen. And so we are going to go into Q&A now, guys. So we're going to allow 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A, and then we're going to finish up with letting you know the events that are upcoming, because we've got some really exciting stuff coming, guys. And as a organization, we've decided on which extravaganza we're all going to focus on as well. So we're going to announce that and also the dates and everything for that as well. So make sure you have all of that down, guys. Get that ready. So right now, guys, we're going to go into Q&A. But first of all, we're going to give Stephen a massive round of applause for that, guys. So Stephen, well done.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to go into Q&A, guys. So what I would encourage everyone to do is so far just start putting your questions in the chat box, guys, for Stephen, myself, and also Brad and Lisa. What we decided to do, guys, is we're going to be able to sort of answer this with Tab Team and above for the Q&A section. So this is really good, guys. So just if you do have a question, write it down, and also, you know, and we'll be able to sort of go through that and answer that. Any of us will be able to answer that, but especially with Stephen and that on the call about the Herbalife House. Guys, so, all right, so we've got one here from Nicole. Would you recommend straight onto the 20-day program or a trial first? So, Stephen, if you want to start with this one.
Yeah, so for me, I think that my answer to you would be that I think it's different for everyone. If it was up to me, whatever you do, Nicole, is that correct? Whatever you do with your clients are going to duplicate. So if you start them on a 20-day program, they're going to start their clients on a 20-day program. And so, you know, the best example that I can share with you, and I want you to make up your own mind, is if someone came and they let you test drive the Ferrari before you bought it, are you going to have a better chance of buying? Or even better, what about this, right? What about if, I don't know if you've heard of the puppy dog clothes. If I came to your house, Nicole, and I gave you my puppy, and I have a very cute puppy, by the way, his name's Oreo, and if I lent him to you for 5 days, and I ask for him back afterwards, is there a better chance that you're going to want to keep him? Rather than saying you have to make this upfront commitment and keep him for life, right? So I just really think whatever you duplicate, whatever you do, they're going to duplicate. So, and I'll leave that up to you, to your mentor to share with you what they believe is most important. So, but that's worked for me, right? So I start everyone on a trial pack. I think everyone should be given that opportunity first because it's much easier.
Awesome. Yeah, I tend to agree, especially if you guys are new. And, you know, I think we heard from this a couple of weeks ago when Annie and Randall, when I spoke to them, they were trying to sell programs straight away. And because they're so new, it's very hard to have that commitment without the results and that as well. You know, it's quite hard. But, you know, we talked about, well, listen, why don't you just talk about the 3-day trial or the 5-day challenge, whatever it might be, and starting out with that. And, you know, Annie and Randall, they've been, you know, and you guys are there as well, Annie and Randall. I'm sure you guys could agree that that was probably a little bit easier and you've been able to do better that way. Awesome. I can see those nodding heads there as well. Excellent. So, guys, any questions? I really do want you to get them out, guys. We've got another 5 minutes. Now, this is now also a point where you can ask anything about the business and the company right now, guys. So, you know, we've got 19 people on the calls, guys. If you're all, and there's a lot more than that because I know some of you guys are sharing. So, guys, please get any questions out now, not only just for your sake, but for everybody else who is a little bit afraid to ask those questions. Okay, guys, so, you know, you've got that time now, guys. If there's any other questions, if you can go through that. And while you're writing out those questions, I think also if Lisa, if I could just get you to explain on that question that she had as well, how do you start people, or what do you sort of do?
Thanks, Bo. Brad and I, and this isn't to toot our horn, but we've actually achieved the lifetime achievers of 1 million volume points. And what that means is we've helped about 10,000 people on consuming product because we're so passionate about the product. We've retailed to recruit. Even though we do recruit, it's about a 70-30. And when when we first got started, you know, it was always fast, faster, or fastest. Which program would you like to start on? And we could sell an ultimate on our ear because we were a product of the product. We absolutely believed that we could help that person achieve their goals. And times have changed. You know, people's finances haven't changed. It's just that they're spending money on the wrong stuff and they think they got no money. You know, the amount of people I see with hairdo, nails, tattoos, cigarettes, new clothes, new shoes, and they say they have no money. Well, they don't have any disposable income because they're spending it on different stuff. Personally, I love the concept of the trial pack because I saw straight away it was an opportunity to be duplicable right from the beginning, of someone saying, hey, it only cost me 25, 35, 40 bucks, whatever you're selling it for. And, you know, that's an easy recommendation to a friend or a family member. Plus, we're actually building relationships with people for 5 days solid. And it's all about that nurturing process, building the trust. They're getting unbelievable results. They're getting educated. And for me, it was just a simple process to then someone, you know, 8, 9 out of 10 people commit to a program, big or small, after that. And they have no problem about referring friends because they haven't had to pay 500 bucks. However, every situation is individual. And especially if someone's been on Herbalife before, you know, there's no question about it. They just go straight back onto a program or, you know, become a member if it was years ago or whatever. I do the right thing and say, you know, how recently were you on the product, and I'll refer them back to that coach if the situation's there. And we have sold programs straight up when you've got someone, you can feel the energy, you know that they're serious, they're going to go straight in on a program. But most people these days have, you know, listening to Mark Hughes trainings, people are just so scared to death of trying something again and failing. And that 5 days is an opportunity for you to develop that trust with them. And so my opinion is I always lead with a trial pack. Change it if I need to, but it's an amazing duplicable system, and it does lead to recruiting. So I hope that helps.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. That was good. And we've got one last question here from Nicole as well. And Stephen, I'll get you to start with this one. The call here is from Nicole. It says, when is a good time to recruit a new customer, or how do you approach customers to become a member?
Sure. I love your questions, Nicole. Great question, by the way. And when I started, I always struggle with this, you know, it's always the balancing, it's the juggling act. And I think Lisa said it really well. The juggling act is always between, do I retail, do I recruit? When is the best time to recruit someone? So the way that I would answer that question is I would look at the Herbalife house, and as you can see before, I numbered it for a reason, is you need to run people through the process, right? As in, the right time to recruit a customer is once they qualify as an ambassador, that's when I'll expose them to the Herbalife opportunity. I generally don't, unless I have that small minority where someone comes to me and they're already in the industry, or someone wants to, they're actively looking for like a business opportunity. I generally wouldn't expose a customer to the opportunity so soon, is because they're not ready for it. And the truth is this, there's no speed to, you know, there is really no magic bullet. And I'll be honest with you, you have to be patient, you know. So the best way is to answer your question, Nicole, is there's levels to this thing, and you can't skip levels. That's the truth. You can't go from becoming, you know, like earning $100,000 to becoming a billionaire. It's just not going to happen. It's called the lottery, and it's not going to happen if you think that you're going to try and get a customer to all of a sudden become the ultimate coach. They need to run through the process themselves, you know. And as much as you want to speed up the process, you need to have patience. That's what you need to do. So I would say that, look, the way that I've been able to do it is is running through people through the different rooms through that process. And yes, there's some people that go from room number 1 to using the products for their own personal consumption, to number 2 being a customer, new customer, existing customer, straight to becoming a discounted member. There's no reason why someone can do that in a week, right? Someone can refer you the clients, get amazing results, and become a discounted member or ambassador within a week. And then I can expose them to the Herbalife opportunity the following week, or the next chance that I get, or one-on-one, or wherever it is. But they need to follow the flow. And if you're going to try and skip the different stages, I promise you that the faster you climb, the more it's going to hurt when you fall. The quicker you're going to fall. And I've been there, believe me. If I could turn back the hands of time and I could say one thing to Unicore specifically, is if you try and skip the process, I guarantee you're going to slow yourself down, and you're going to go back and you're going to pinch yourself one day and say, look, I should have followed the process, because my best people right now are the people that actually followed the steps, right? So that will be my recommendation.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm just responding there as well. Yeah, absolutely, guys, and I absolutely agree with Stephen, and that's something that we actually did wrong in the past. I believe one of the mistakes I've made in my business is not qualifying the person first. What do I mean by that? I mean by this. If they're not willing to jump on a program and get an incredible result, now they may have done that as a customer, and that's great, and then it's always subject to, a conversation and stuff where it might come up, or being able to offer, what we do have to offer. But if they're not willing to jump on a program, get a result, and then try to have other people jump on a program as well, then that's the business. If they can't do that, then they're most likely not going to be able to do the business anyway. So I always suggest get on a program, get your result, because how are they going to get the referrals anyway? It's very simple. By getting an incredible result and sharing that with people. That's how they're going to be able to get referrals. They're not going to be able to get it by jumping on a program and not really even knowing what the shake tastes like. So always start with program, get your result, refer some people, then we'll get you started. All right, guys, so we're pretty much done from there, and I can see Lisa totally agree with that. So we're going to go straight into just the promotions and what we have coming up, guys, events we have coming up. All right, guys, so this is really important.
Sorry, Bo, can I just add something quickly to that very important question? Because we've all done it wrong. Trust me. We've crashed and burned multiple times when a lot of people actually like the idea of being an entrepreneur, but they really don't have a business mindset. And when we try to transition them from client to coach very, very quickly, it's just shiny bright lights all in the beginning. It's really about keeping them around the flagpole, building clusters of clients underneath that person, and allowing that process of wholesale checks coming through as a customer, exposing them to meetings and events, and having the fun stuff, and wanting to be part of the culture and the community. And it really takes quite often around 12 to 18 months for someone to develop into a coach before their head starts to get around it. So it's a nurturing process. There's a 73% of the coaches in the business, bit of feedback there, started off as customers. So very small percentage came straight in as the business. So I hope that just be patient, guys. Stephen said that. You really have to be patient. Get them hanging around the flagpole and loving Herbalife, loving you, loving the product, and it will happen naturally.
Absolutely.
The cream will rise to the top.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for that. That was perfect as well. Yeah, so very important, guys. All right, so we've got some promotions, of course, and we've got some upcoming events, guys. So get ready. Write all these down, guys. These are super, super important. So first of all, we have our, of course, member activation program. Now, this is always running, guys, especially for new members getting started. What this is, again, what you need to do is just to have 5 to 7 customers 3 months in a row. Okay, so 500 volume points in 1 month, second month, and third month consecutively. you're going to get a brand new blender from the company, guys, and you're also going to be working up towards the marketing plan. This is just a really good gauge and goal for you to go for, guys. And of course, achieving this 3 months in a row, you're going to get a brand new blender from the company. Super cool, guys. Make sure you go for that. Every new member should be going for that. 500 volume points 3 months in a row. Now, the event we have coming up is this Success Summit, guys. This one is super cool. Now, for everyone who's local in Brisbane, guys, the venue has been announced. It's at the Ridges South Bank in Brisbane. And tickets, guys, I'm pretty sure you can actually go onto My Herbalife right now and purchase your ticket. So that is next month, guys. Next month. This is open to all new members. Open to all members, guys. So everybody can go to this. This is going to be a massive, massive event. Guys, I cannot tell you enough. Make sure you do check out in your local area where your Success Summit's going to be, or if you've got people in those areas, go onto your email and check out it'll be in there from in there as well, guys. So you can check that out. Joanna, we've spoken about her before, guys. Get your tickets, guys. Early bird is for a single ticket, $50. For a membership, which is your couple, it's $75, guys. Get the ticket, guys. Get it done. Now, extravaganza. Now, previously, what we've done in the past, guys, is we've done a lot of LA and US trips. Now, what we're doing this year, because it's just been announced and it's going to be a lot cheaper for everyone and it's just blowing up massively, we are going to be doing the extravaganza in Asia. So this is Australasia, guys. So we have Australia, Asia, everyone's going to be there. This is massive. Dates are the May 11th to 13th in Singapore. And our guest speaker, guys, now we have 20K Executive President Team Quinton. So, guys, we have Quentin Ribière from France. Obviously, I speak about him a lot. He's a good friend of mine, guys, and a lot of the guys in the team here. He started his business on the Gold Coast. The guy now has a massive, massive business, guys, like extraordinary business. And how he did it is crazy. And by the way, it's even cooler, guys. How he did it is how we're currently building it right now. So make sure you get ready for that, guys. We also have our CEO of the company, and we also have Dr. Help me out here, Lisa.
Carmona.
Thank you. Dr. Carmona is going to be there as well, guys. So, guys, speak to your upline, guys, about that. Speak to your mentor. Put it in the chat group, in the coaches. If you want more information, guys, ask the questions there and we'll be able to answer them. Get to this event, guys. We have April, we have the Success Summit. May we have the extravaganza. And then, of course, we have the SCS. And in August, we have the Gold Team School. Now, I'm not going to say who it is, but I have been told who the person possibly is coming for this event. And oh my freaking goodness, guys, it is going to be insane. This couple, and I probably shouldn't say that, but this couple is definitely, I would say, a hero to me in the Herbalife world. And if you are not, now, you got to be there. That's going to be on the Gold Coast, guys. Now, usually it's around Australia. So everyone who is Brisbane and Gold Coast was super lucky to have this event there. August 25th to 26th. You have to be World Team before that event, guys, to get your ticket. So don't miss out. Make sure you speak to your upline about how to get to World Team and that as well. All right, guys, any more questions and queries about those events, make sure you speak to your upline or ask it in the coach chat. But do not miss out on these events. Success Summit, Extravaganza, World Team School, guys. It is going to be insane. And your job is to, 1, be there, 2, qualify, be there, and then get people there. That is your friggin' job. If you want to move in this business and if you want to blow up, that's your job. Qualify, get your ass there, and get as many friggin' people there as possible. That's friggin' it. All right? That is your friggin' job. All right, guys? Super excited for that. Guys, let's give one more round of applause to Stephen and everyone who spoke on tonight's call, guys. Well done. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you all, guys, very, very soon. Now, guys, the only call as of next week is Monday night's call. and we will be announcing it'll be a training plus Q&A and all the normal stuff as well, guys. Super excited for that. So make sure you're on that call, guys. And we'll see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.
You don't know the speaker? Don't worry. You don't know what's going on.
At this point, what we're looking at, guys, is a guest speaker once a month, all right, and a training for the other 3 nights, okay? So we can break it up a bit and we can make sure that everybody gets the most out of that.
No idea what he's talking about.
Mara? And I believe we looked at, Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like the 2nd of next month is when we're going to have our next guest speaker. All right, and I've spoken to a few other people about this, and I'm going to confirm our guest speaker, but I know I have spoken to Mark Paulson and Glenn Marin, so as well, so most likely we're going to have one of those or some other sick tab team on, guys. But apart from that, next Monday, get on the call, guys. We'll announce the type of training and what it's going to be then. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephen.
Oh, thank you. Bye.